In today's video, let's talk about making adjustments from one game to the next, from one at bat to the next. So no matter how you play in slow pitch, you can always get better every week. That's what I like about it. You can just continue to work on self-mastery, your swing, your fielding skills, whatever it is. And even though I just play slow pitch softball for fun, my pro baseball career is long over, I still want to get a hit every single time. I still want to make every play in the field, and I'm sure that you're the same way. So in today's video, I'm going to give you some examples of the way I approach adjustments, and maybe you'll find something that's valuable to you because there's a lot of mindset stuff and things you can work on in practice that can make you better from one at bat to the next and one game to the next. All right, so the season just began here in DC where I live, and I played 6 games last week, and overall it went really well. I had fun, we played well, I hit a bunch of home runs. I also got out a handful of times. So let's talk about the things that didn't go well, because one thing to know about me as an athlete, I'm not like you won't catch me on the basketball court. I feel like I'm a kind of a clunky mover in general. I don't have the explosive super athleticism that a lot of my teammates did. My version of athleticism is I'm really kinesthetically aware. I really know where my body is in space. So anytime I take a bad swing or a good swing, I almost get like this printout, like a Polaroid of like exactly what I did and where I was at contact with the ball or on any single throw that I made and pitches back in my baseball career. So for me, that's really helpful because I can say, okay, yeah, I hit the ball hard 3 out of my 4 at-bats in this game, but I popped up in my 3rd at-bat. Where was I? Where were my hands? Like, what did I do on that one, right? And so then that gets me thinking, like, what can I work on in practice? Because I like working on my swing. What can I work on so that next time my hands are here rather than dipping beneath the ball where I popped it up or whatever it is. So let's talk about some of those adjustments. I've got a mental one and a couple physical ones that I'm going to be talking about this week that probably apply to you just the same. So 3 big things in this video we'll talk about. Mindset. I had a couple mindset challenges. 2, I had some hands dropping issues when I was trying to go opposite field. And 3, I was letting my back shoulder dip on pitches that were a little bit higher. So let's tackle those in order. So number 1, my mindset thing. I came up once towards the end of the game where we still had a home run left, and I walked up to the at-bat saying, I want to hit home run. This is my last at-bat. I want to hit home run. And then 2 other times I came up with the bases loaded, and I was doing the same thing. I want to hit a grand slam right now. In all 3 of those at-bats where I was telling myself, I want a home run, I popped up and grounded to shortstop twice. And I've made videos, and I'll link to them in the description below, on why this is a unproductive mindset to be focusing on outcomes. The only things we really control up at the plate is picking a good pitch to swing at and putting our best quality swing on it. On all 3 of those at-bats, I got it completely away from that. I said, I want to hit a home run. And so on the 2 ground outs, I overswung. I got good pitches, and I was like, home run, I don't need to overswing to hit a home run, but I overswung anyway because I was thinking about the outcome, right? And so I grounded out because I came out of my shoes, overswung, and grounded out. And the other one, was like a solo home run opportunity, and I got a good pitch, and because I overswung again, my hands dipped beneath it, and I popped it up in the infield. So all 3 of those times were reminders to me that we have to still be grounded in our mental skills, which is picking a good pitch at the plate and putting our best swing on it. But when we're being self-aware and observing our mindset and our physical skills as well, we can make those adjustments. Every time I go back in the box, I try to remind myself, just pick a good pitch, put a good swing on it. That's it. No focus on outcomes, not a line drive, not a home run, whatever it is. Pick a good pitch, put a good swing on it. All right, my second bad outcome of the week, when I was trying to go oppo a bunch of times, my hands dipped. And I just need to stay on top of some of those pitches, but when I go opposite field, a lot of times I'll let my palm go underneath the ball a little bit more, and that was what I felt when I got underneath them each time. So for me, going back to tee work, which I enjoy, it's something to do. It's right, something to be out of the house rather than going to a bar. I can go hit off a tee with a buddy or whatever it is. When I'm getting back to tee work, I'm gonna be focused on hitting opposite way and just being more downhill, thinking about chopping wood to try to counteract the palm going up and staying on top of the softball. And then my third negative outcome of the past week was not really a negative one. It was just showing me that I still had work to go in flattening my swing. So you probably followed my YouTube channel. I've been working slowly just to like convert out of the baseball swing that I've had my whole life. I was a high school varsity hitter and then a college and pro pitcher, but I still have predominantly a baseball swing. So I spent a lot of time this winter working on flattening my swing out. I'm not obsessed with cut swings like many in the slow pitch community are, but I do think there's a lot of merit to having a flat swing through the zone, letting the softball provide the trajectory. So as I watched myself, I got some video, which I'll overlay. I hit a home run on a chest high pitch, but I could see my shoulders tilting and I could see my bat path going up to get it. Now that's fine. I got a good result. I hit a home run. I smashed the one that I'm referring to. However, I still want to probably try to stay level through that and let the bat stay flat and let the ball provide the trajectory. This is still a work in progress, and if you're making any adjustments to your swing, just to remember that what you're doing in practice is going to be slowly undone by games to a degree until you get really comfortable where you don't have to think about it anymore. So I still have to think about it. I still have to think about keeping my shoulders level. I have to still think about being on top of the ball mentally, even if I want to get beneath it and put some loft under it. All those things are still just a process. And so for me, just getting a little bit of video during my game helps show me like, okay, there's still some room to grow and get better, and we're not quite there yet. So hopefully this video had something helpful in it for you. I treat slow pitch softball the same way a lot of people treat golf, where I just like to go out and hit with my friends off the tee, take some ground balls, play catch. I don't so much care about the outcomes of the games. I just want to like continue to master a skill that I find fun. And really at my core, I'm a ball player. So even though I don't care to play high level slow pitch softball, I still like to master myself. And when I get myself out, I want to think about how can I get better next time. And that was one of the skills of the best pro hitters that I faced. They didn't get themselves out the same way twice. And so even if you're playing co-ed, low level, rec slow pitch softball, ask yourself, am I getting myself out the same way 2 times in a row? If the answer is yes, then what adjustments can you make to do that? Whether it's on the tee in practice or getting more BP, or if it's just a mindset thing, right? Or if it's something in your approach at the plate. But don't get yourself out the same way twice in a given game or in a given week, right? So hopefully there was something helpful here. If you have any questions or content suggestions, leave in the video below or in the comments below, and I'll see you here in the next video.